Welcome to IFC's Chapter Connection and Conversation series, where I talk to one of Texas Christian University's 13 interfraternity chapters to learn a little bit more about them and our IFC community. My name is Fred Bossart, and I am the Interfraternity Council VP of Recruitment. Joining me today is Beta Theta Pi, represented by the Recruitment Chair, Raman Nalamala, and President Harris Podell. So guys, can you tell me a little bit more about yourselves, like your hometown, major, year in school, and why you picked TCU?
Yeah, I'll go first. So my name is Raman Nalamala. I'm a rising junior from Huntsville, Alabama. I'm a management major, finance minor. And I chose TCU because I had some family that went to TCU and just fell in love with it. And so I came and visited them when they were at school at TCU. And so I just as well fell in love with the place and the people, the city of Fort Worth. So it ended up being a perfect fit.
Yeah, so I'm Harris, like Fred mentioned. I'm also a rising junior, and I'm a finance and marketing double major. And so I'm from Fort Worth, and I chose TCU just because, one, it was always kind of an option since it's right in my backyard, but just the mix of community and opportunity, both academically and professionally, were really enticing to me. And I've just fallen in love with the community at TCU and haven't looked back since.
Awesome. Well, can you tell me a little bit more about why you picked your chapter?
Yeah, sure. I can start with this one. So I chose Beta Theta Pi because, one of the reasons is that Beta really focuses on taking men where they are and building them up to be the best version of themselves. And I wanted to be a part of an organization that would focus on helping me improve as a person, while also giving me a great opportunity to give back to the guys in the group as a whole.
Yeah, when I was going through recruitment, being from a few states away, I didn't know a ton about the fraternities. And so when I started going to beta events and talking to like the older guys, I think what kind of clicked in my mind was that all the guys I was talking to were in really cool positions on campus and were like leaders on campus, had really cool things lined up for after graduation. So I kind of thought, is Beta doing something that is like pushing these guys to do really cool things and be really successful? And if so, like I want in, I want to be a part of that. And so it turned out to be like exactly what I thought it was going to be, and has been that type of experience.
Awesome. Well, can you tell me a fun fact or interesting fact about yourselves and about your chapter?
An interesting fact about myself, I've broken all 10 toes. Not all at once, but all 10 eventually. And then interesting fact about our chapter, I think, so we're the second largest beta chapter in the nation. So we have a lot of guys, but it still feels really close knit. And we're pretty proud that we're the second largest beta chapter. And so, yeah.
One fun fact about me is that I actually have a black belt in Taekwondo from when I used to compete in that and do that when I was younger.
Sweet. Well, what is one piece of advice you have for the potential new members going through the recruitment process?
One piece of advice that I like to tell people when they're going through recruitment is that through the rush events and the phone calls and everything where the incoming freshmen get to know the chapters, it's really important that when you're going through it, you remember that the fraternities are checking you out as much as you're checking them out, and that you want to make sure you find the place where you fit best, not just the place that accepts you and wants you. So just make sure that you're looking out for your best interest and keeping your values at heart when you're looking at these organizations.
Yeah, that's good advice. I would also say that one thing that always stands out is somebody that's genuine and just being completely themselves. So one piece of advice is just to do that and just be yourself, because you're making a pretty big commitment going through recruitment and when you join a fraternity. And so if you're yourself and you get to know a fraternity for who they are, then it usually works out and makes a relationship that's lasting and fruitful and is productive in college.
Awesome. Great advice. Alrighty, so a little pivot here. Where's the best on-campus study spot?
Good question.
I'd say I'm a social studier, so like not actual studying, and so I'd say like the library, cafe, or like the bottom floor of the library. Always somebody to talk to, always something to eat. But if you actually need to study, don't go there. So, but it's
Yeah, I'm probably more of the solo studier type of guy. So one place that I'd recommend is the third floor of Reese Jones. It's a beautiful space, like very wide open, like lots of cool different designs in the architecture up there. So, and it's always quiet. So great place to study by yourself if you're trying to grind.
Alrighty. Now, Raman, you mentioned some food in the library. Where is the best place to grab food on campus?
Okay, well, I don't know if it's the best food in the library. I think the best food, I think stir fry day in the blue is kind of hard to eat, especially freshman year. Harris?
If we're talking like TCU food, one great new addition was in the new business school building. They have some really good pizza and sandwiches and bakery items over there. But also it's just hard to beat the TCU Chick-fil-A. That's always a safe option. Never disappoints.
Definitely. Well, what has been your favorite program or event hosted by your chapter?
I'll start. So an event that we have every spring, something called Bonfire, in which we all drive with our dates up to a field in Oklahoma and basically have a bonfire. It's a great night just to be in the wilderness, kind of out in the open, look at the stars, and just have fun with everybody that's around. And it's always on a Saturday, so you don't have to worry about school. Just kind of like one thing to look forward to like get away and take a break from in the middle of your spring semester.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say one other one kind of going in a different direction. A lot of people love Giving Heart, which is our main philanthropy event. And that's one that happens always in the fall. And it's just a great opportunity to work with Cook's Children's Hospital, which is our main philanthropy. And we take some of the artwork that the kids in the hospital have made and get to auction it off and give the proceeds back to them. So that's something that a lot of people really get into, and we love throwing that as well.
Awesome. Well, in what ways has your fraternity helped you in your undergraduate experience?
There's definitely a lot of ways that I think Beta has helped make my college experience better. But I think one, just especially with being in a leadership position, I think Beta has really shown me what it means to lead a group of guys that really has like one vision and one image of the direction of Beta. And I think it's really cool to see that, as Roman said earlier, we are one of the largest Beta chapters in the nation, but yet we have guys that are so committed to what it means to be a Beta and like our values and the things that we stand for. And so just being in such a high functioning group like that, I think it's been really cool to just be pushed and be pushed to become a better person by the other people in this chapter. And I know that without them, that I would not be the person that I am today.
Yeah, kind of like Harris said, I think that Beta and just being in a fraternity in general has helped kind of enhance my college experience. But specifically, I think that I had a unique high school experience, and so didn't really know what to expect going into college. But I think being a part of Beta kind of but put people around me to push me to be kind of like the best version of myself. It's something that I didn't necessarily have in high school. And people just hold me accountable and make sure I'm doing the right thing and studying and just like all the things that do make you successful in college. And so I think having kind of that group of guys, big and small, within Beta has helped keep me on track, and it's kind of pushing me towards the goals that I want and what I want to do after college.
Awesome. Well, what are some areas you're involved in at TCU outside of your fraternity?
Yeah. Well, something Harris and I are both involved in is an organization called K-Life, which is an off-campus organization that partners with TCU students to go into local high schools and middle schools and like lead a small group and kind of be like a mentor figure towards kids that are not in college but younger, which has been at least for me, it's been a really cool experience, giving me kind of a unique perspective on college.
One thing that I'm involved in outside of Beta is a program called Neely Fellows. And so it's within the business school, and it's something that freshmen apply into their second semester. And so what it is, it's pretty much just an organization where they take a cohort of business students who really want to dive deeper into their studies and chase an honors business experience and get a lot of different networking and deeper learning opportunities with it. So I'd be happy to talk about that with anyone who's interested as well.
Awesome. Well, last question. Where's the best place for potential new members to get information about your chapter and upcoming events? And do you have any summer recruitment events you are excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that Fred is going to put our information along with this video that will allow you all to get in direct contact with us, as well as we're going to be having events throughout the summer as much as we're allowed to, like with local and state regulations. But then one event that is always exciting that I know I always look forward to is we always take a group of potential new members at the beginning of August to WinStar Casino in Oklahoma, and we just bus everybody up there for a few hours on a Friday or Saturday night, and it's always a good time. Everyone always loses a ton of money, and it's just a good experience to kind of start your freshman year, something that a lot of TCU students do. So it's always exciting.
Yeah, and one event that I do hope we get to do this summer is we usually have an Austin Lake trip for some potential new members. So hopefully with coronavirus, we'll still be allowed to do that, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite events that we have over the summer.
And then just one other thing is that just make sure you fill out the application that I'm sure Fred will get to you. That's how we get your information, and we can, catch up a little bit more and get a little more information from y'all by filling out that application. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Beta Theta Pi, for speaking with me. All of your social media handles will be listed in the description below, and best of luck to y'all in recruitment. To our potential new members, do not forget to register for IFC recruitment via the link listed below. Registration opens June 1st and costs $80 in the month of June. If anyone has any questions, please email us at tcuvprecruitment@gmail.com and check out our Instagram at TCU_IFC and our website, greek.tcu.edu, for the most up-to-date information about IFC recruitment. Take care and stay safe.